Oh dear, it's a sad day. Little Leyland's in the workshop. Got a water leak. Don't know where it's coming from. She's using water, the old girl. Don't think it's the head gasket. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some water in now, and I'm going to see if I can see it leaking anywhere before I take the radiator out. I suspect the radiator. But I left it in the yard the other day and it was full, started it up, did half a lap round the field and she was getting hot. So switched her off, let her cool down, checked the levels and no water in the radiator. So it took about 2 kettles full, which is about, what, 5 litres. And she was full up again. Drove around to the workshop, parked her overnight. I checked it this morning, it's empty. So the floor looks a bit wet, although it's dried up. There's nothing in the sump. I've checked the oil. Nothing in the sump. So, yeah, it can only be the radiator. I've just seen a drip then. I've just seen a drip on the floor. It's not the water pump because we renewed that, but I've just seen a drip. So I'm going to get some more water in and have a look at the radiator. Try not to spill this so I don't get any false readings anywhere. But she just took a full jug of that and that was just been sat overnight. Well, there we go. That's full. There's my false reading all over the place. So now I'm going to get my torch. She's up to the top. Give that 10 minutes, that will go down. But I cannot find where it's leaking from. I suspect it's down that side of the radiator, down there. It looks a bit moist. So we'll have a look. Right, radiator's coming out. Can't see where it's coming from, so we're going to take it to bits. So stay around if you want to see where the leak's coming from. Oh, just a side panel. Does nothing. I thought there were some more bolts up there, but obviously not. That's just to protect your hand from getting chewed up in there, I think. Right, we've got the grease on his hands. So what we've done, we've took this side panel off and I've just released that bolt out of there to relax the top of the radiator housing. Radiator is now loose. Top hose is off, bottom hose is off. Round this side, we've had to take the induction pipe off and pass it back through to get to the 2 bolts that's under there. Got those out, got this side panel off. So in theory, the radiator should just lift out the top. But no doubt that'll prove me wrong. We've got a diesel return pipe there that might cause us some grief, but I think that just pulls off. It does, yes. Pull that off out of the way. We'll get that up. That should, bit of persuasion, should just lift out now. Don't think there's anything else on it, so we'll have a go at that, get that out. Oh, dear me. Socket. Right, so I'll put you guys over there so you can get a better look at what's happening. Like I said, I've got all the bolts out. It is loose. Just going to try and ease that out now. See if we can get it to lift up. Shouldn't be a problem. But you never know. Oh, she's coming. There we go. Oh. She's got some grass on her. And I reckon it's gone down in this corner. It's absolutely saturated down in this corner. Get all this crud and dirt off. So yeah, get the compressor, we'll empty it out, drain it out, give it a blow through, and I think it's down here. In fact, I'm convinced it's down there. It looks, although it's still holding water, it's still half full. Bit of soup in the bottom, ready for a flush. But yeah, right, let's get it cleaned up. That's it. Job done. Right, got it washed off, got it dried off, and I found an old radiator hose, bit of a bottle, block that off. I've put the cap back on, and I've stuffed some rag in this side the best I can. And what I've done is I'm going to put the airline just in there gently and just gently pressurise it, and I've put some washing up liquid down in this corner where I suspect the leak is, and when you pressurise it like so, just a little bit, just going to put the airline in there. I'm not giving it a lot of poundage because I don't want to blow it, but you gently put some air through, and if I stand this up, let me stand the radiator up for you. It's a bit awkward on my own. I've got buzz running around my feet. So let me turn that round, like so. Watch that bottom corner. There we have bubbles. That's just a little bit of compressed air and some washing up liquid in the bottom corner, and that's where the leak is. Couldn't be in a worse place, could it really? Couldn't have been in a worse place, and I suspect it's coming right out that bottom corner, so don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'm still thinking about it. Might have to send it away Might try and expose that corner and braze it up, or cut the core off altogether and block it off. Don't know yet. Still thinking about it. Don't know if that side piece is welded on or brazed on. Don't know. Right. Oh, you're there. Got some updates for you. The radiator we took to be repaired, Mick at Autocool Radiators rang me up and said it's rotten. So unfortunately, we've had to have a new radiator. It is what it is. It was rotten at the top of the core, rotten at the bottom of the core, and when he pressure tested it, it was leaking all over the place. So we bit the bullet. We've had a brand new radiator. So I'll let you have a look at it. What do you reckon, Buzz? Eh? New radiator, look at this. That's one that we've had made for us. Well, it's our old thing with a new core. The original bottom, the original header, and a new core, new cap. So let's throw it in. Maybe not. Let's see if we can get this in without scratching this nice paint job. It should just slide down. Nope. It's a little bit. Okay. I've got to slacken this bolt off here to allow the frame just to expand, and then it should go in, because it's been re-welded. I'm just wondering if you haven't welded it any wider. Should be all right though. Let's have another go. We're in. It's only just. It's a tight squeeze. updates for you. That radiator is not going in that tractor. For some reason it's a bit wide at the bottom. Something's not right. I've been at it all afternoon. Anyway, let me show you what's happened. We've ended up taking the side panels off, the bonnet off, the nose cone. Something does not line up. Now obviously the old radiator was shaped to that bracketry, and the new one, it's all been taken to bits and re-welded up, so I think they've jigged it up perfectly square, and I don't think it was perfectly square when it was in there. So I'm having hell of a job trying to line these bolts up there and there, but for some reason this, I'm gonna have to get the gauge out and measure it. That's not square, it's splayed on one side, because the radiator fits in and then it wedges like it's a wedge shape, and it ain't, something's not going in right. Anyway, we've got all that off. Bonnet's off, side panels are off, so that's where we're at basically, and the radiator's still not in. I've had it in, but I couldn't shut the bonnet. The bonnet was all out of square because it's pushing the radiator frame over there. So I've had to take the bolts out to relax it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. And see if I can jig it up. Might have to take that frame off and just make sure it is not bent. We shall see. Looks right, but the bonnet hinges that went in there, when you tried to close the bonnet, would not close. It was way out of square. I mean, I can see now, stood here, that that's not square to the fuel tank. So something's not right here. We're going to have to have a jiggle, I think. A few days later, we've got the radiator in. I had to take it back to Mick, and he sorted it out for me, top lad. And we got it in, it fits, got it bolted up. We've got the bottom radiator, top radiator hose on, and yeah, everything's gone in sweet. Didn't even have to force it, it just went straight in, bolted it up. I've just got the side guards to put on, and then obviously the rest of the body work, but I'll not bore you with that. I'm going to fill it up, check for leaks, shouldn't be any. It's a new cord radiator being fully refurbished, and then we'll run it up, get it up to temperature, make sure everything's all right, get all the air out of it, and then we'll put everything back. So antifreeze, where's that? Oh, here we go. Antifreeze pre-mixed, ready to go in. See if we can get all this in without spilling it. Top it right off. It's pre-diluted, so the concentration should be good. I can hear some air coming out. See that it runs any cooler. We'll get some more. Another 5 litres of coolant going in, but no point putting water in, is there, when you've got the proper stuff? There we go, that's topped off. Give her a little burp down here. See what the crack is. Little burp there. Need to get a bit of pipe for here for the down to the floor. stop that running down the radiator, because this stuff, when it dries, it gives a funny colour. Right, cap on. In fact, I'll leave that off in case any air comes out. So we'll start her up and see what happens. What a job that was. Several days have passed, and you wouldn't believe how difficult it is to get that radiator to fit, because sometime in this tractor's previous life we suspect it's been rolled over, and not while I've owned it, but in its previous life we think it's been rolled over. Some things aren't quite true, and we think the radiator we took out was slightly out of shape, and obviously we've had a new core in it. It's been repaired, and they've jigged it up square, so it's thrown everything else out, all the other measurements. But I've got it back together. I had to take all the tin work off. It's took a couple of days. I've got all the tin work back on. I filled the radiator up. It's not leaking as of yet. I don't know if I've distorted it, tightening it up. Only time will tell, but it's not leaking now. But I've had a right struggle. I've had to re-drill some of the holes to get them to line up on the body fixings. A few final adjustments on the bonnet. I've just got to snag that down and get it to line up. But yeah, it's all back together. I've had it running, runs fine. Oh, I've just forgot to put the overflow pipe on the radiator. So yeah, but what a job. This side's all back together. I think I've got the bonnet gap just about right. Some of the brackets were bent. One snapped off on the front. I've had to re-weld that on and get the nose cone to line up properly again. Now I've got to clean it all because it's just caked in handprints and oil. But there's the new radiator. Well, the new core, the cap and the bottom's the same. But that's it. So it's been a long few days. In fact, it's been off the road for, I think it's well over a week that's took. But she should be good to go now. What do you reckon, Buzzy? Yeah? So that's it. Little 245 being in dry dock for a week. So I'm just going to, a couple of brackets to adjust on this bonnet, get that to close correctly, and then she's done. Put her back to work. So, thanks for watching. Another one. I've got the Morris Minor to have a look at now because I've got a brake fluid leak somewhere. And when you press the pedal, it's going straight to the floor. But that's a video for another day. So, thank you very much. And thanks for watching. I'm going to have a cup of tea now, I think. And then we'll sort it out after that. So, we'll see you on the next one.